made. So that's an incentive that they had by being so different from the competition. You feel me? But now that the PlayStation 3 has their motion, which is exactly like the Wii, but even more detail, and it's in HD, and it's backwards compatible with previous titles, that's going to cause a problem for Nintendo, because the same format can easily be ported and look better and possibly get more supported, because Sony is more of a hardcore platform machine than Nintendo is. And one of the biggest complaints about Nintendo is that no hardcore games. But the games that they got that's hardcore, you know, it's still not representing on that system like it's supposed to, because the marketing of that system is more towards kids and have a happy family jolly time, like, you know what I'm saying? So Sony, a lot of these games that didn't do so well in Nintendo would do great most likely on Sony's platform. Why? Because you'll have an option to play with a controller, or you have the option to play like as if you're playing in the Wii way, which sometimes may feel better. You never know. Now Nintendo, they don't have an option to play with a controller on every game. Only some games. So there's still a limit there. But as opposed to the, you know, the PS3, there's no limit. You can play the way you want to play, and that's it. You know, and that right there adds so much more, you know, options and replayability and fun. I mean, you can play a whole, you know how like a lot of games may not have a multiplayer component, you can only play single player? Well, imagine playing a single player game with the controller and end it, and then replaying the whole game in the Wii way, stuff like that on your PlayStation 3. That right there is genius and gives it way more replayability for a single player only game. That is genius right there. And it seems that a lot of companies is looking into this. And that's one of the reasons why Sony is going to have such success with this Magic Wand, because what I just said is what they're actually working on and doing right now. So when they do launch, they can have a lot of, you know, games come over. So that right there is going to be big. 2010 is going to be huge. Yo, y'all don't know. Y'all really don't know. 2010 is going to be stupid. And 2009 was already stupid. So I'm telling you, it's fire. Now, another thing is with the Natal, same deal. You know, not as the same because of the way the Sony is, but same deal. Motion, there's ways you can implement these things even to support the Natal. And for what I said earlier with this vest, baby, woo! That's all they need to do. That's all they need to do. Man, you know, I'll give you a hint. Back in E3, I did a major interview with my man Mark Whitten, alright? And that interview right there, like, you know, really showed you guys what they was working on. But then he did say something. I asked him, what's next? And what's this and what's that? Right? You know what's going on. And he said, you know what? We always working on some new stuff. And when I put everything together, and from what was told to me, yeah, this seems to be soon a reality. So stay tuned to that. And if it don't happen, truthfully, I will be shocked. But yeah, it may be a reality. So stay tuned. Now, other than that, there's something, you know, I wanted to bring up. God of War is being remastered, right? This is the next thing I want to talk about. God of War is being remastered. We all know it. Now, depending on the success of, you know, this release, may spark a sick, amazing promotional strategy, you know, for a lot of games. Now, I'll give you an example, right? Let's say Devil May Cry 5 is announced tomorrow, and it's going to be a hot game. They're doing all these things with it or whatever. But imagine before the game came out and stuff like that, they do the same format where Devil May Cry 1 and 2 is remastered. Or Devil May Cry 1, 2, and 3 all on a Blu-ray remastered in high definition with a Devil May Cry 5 demo. Like, you know, that, you know how huge that would be? People would pay a little over $60 just to experience that, because you're getting 3 games and you're going to experience them in a way that you never experienced them before. You want to know why? Because it's in HD. So that means that a lot of things that you couldn't see before, you'll be able to see everything. It's like a brand new game, you know? And then in terms of, you know, the HD, you still could, you know, add in a few features there, put trophies in the game. You can still make it, you know, PS3-ish. You see what I'm saying? Making it worth the purchase, you know? So you mean to tell me you wouldn't pay $65 or $70 for 3 games and a demo? You feel me? These is promotional tactics that will seriously blow up a lot of games. And truthfully, if you look at games that came out that didn't do so well, but got, you know, brand names, imagine Ninja Gaiden. and let's say they remade the Ninja Gaidens back on Nintendo and remade them in high definition for, you know, your PS3 or whatever, and branded it. These is all potential, you know, scenarios that can happen once other companies see someone do it first and be successful at it. You know what I mean? So that right there is very important, so you guys need to, you know, pay attention to that. Now, another thing is this. You know, it wasn't officially announced or whatever, but, you know, you might as well say it was. But one of the Microsoft representatives, I believe it's a Microsoft representative, came out and said that there will be a Natal bundle. You know what I'm saying? Or something like that. But it's supposed to be a Xbox 360 Natal bundle coming, right? Next year, right? So, without further ado, once again, just like I did with the Street Fighter 4 the last week, I think, or the week before, just like I did with so many things, when people be like, oh, it's the Hip Hop Gamer Show, oh, it's Sunday, oh, he's Flamebait articles, oh, he don't know nothing, oh, he's lucky, or whatever, alright? I'ma shut your ass up again, because everybody's going crazy over the Xbox 360 Natal bundle coming next year, because somebody else said it. But once again, let me show you where it came from, alright? So, other than that, I'm gonna show you that, then we gonna move into the game review of the day. The game review of the day is Marvel Ultimate Alliance 2. This game is amazing, yo. I gave it a 9 out of 10. Now, the reason why I didn't give it a 10 out of 10, because although the graphics is amazing and it's a huge step from the first one, it still could have been, you know, better, especially with the character models. It could have been better. Second of all, the online is laggy. It's good, it's enjoyable, but it is laggy, and lag can get you frustrated. You see what I'm saying? So you gotta, you know, pay attention to that. Also, I wish the game had more dialogue. When I mean dialogue, there's certain parts where you're gonna have to push X and talk to people, ask a question or whatever, and you don't hear nobody talk. You know what I mean? This PS3 we talking about, 360 we talking about. I want to hear you talk every time there's a time you're supposed to talk. Like, you know what I mean? So that right there I just felt was stupid. But overall, it is a great game. 9 out of 10. Make sure you enjoy it. Co-op, online, everything is there. Story, characters, you will go nuts with this game. So without further ado, check out the game review, and after that, it gonna come back. Like, the game is in the street, and you're gonna be blown away by this game is in the street, because there's a game that's calling out Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2. And all I gotta say about that is, in terms of graphics, this is a PC game, alright? It's a PC only game. In terms of graphics, the game do look better than Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2, and that was surprising, and I played it myself. And it's also free to play, so make sure you check that out. And the name of this game, I don't want to say it wrong, but the initials is AVA. Without further ado, check out the game review, and the game is in the street. We're going to come back with the hip-hop RSS, and we're going to close it out. It's gangster, you know how I do. Peace. Yo, once again, it's your boy HipHop Gamer. You see what that says? Natal 360 bundle on the way, right? And if you scroll down, it's stuff like that. This is coming from an interview with Mark Rain, and Mark Rain just announced some major Natal stuff that he's doing. But check this out. I think they said they were going to ship Natal with every Xbox, and when they actually launched the thing, so everybody would have one. And basically, you know, where did that come from? So you see it right here, right? October 9th, Friday, right? But that comes from another site, not my site. But let me show you something. Just like how I said that the PS3 Slim is coming out, and I said that back in like June 21st or something like that, and you know, obviously it's here now. I said it, and I went out on a limb, right? And boom, it happened. Now it's that time again to go out on a limb and tell you, because I got word that the Project Natal SKU is coming. I'm confirming it. It's coming next year. It's a good chance it may come, I believe, spring 2010. Now, I know it's like, how the hell can I confirm something right now that's so far away? Well, hey, you know, what can I say? Things happen, alright? But right now, from what I know, it's coming. It's confirmed. So I'm putting it out there, right? Project Natal, the SKU bundled together, will be hitting next year for Xbox 360. If it don't come in spring, you know, then maybe I got the date wrong, but I know it's coming.